Thank you for tuning in to Gloves Off Seattle. Your hosts, Patti and Meagan, will be talking about all things Seattle women's hockey. A huge Pacific Northwest welcome to the PWHL. Gloves Off Seattle! Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.
Gloves Off Seattle.
Oh.
What's happened since our bonus episode number 71? What was our bonus episode?
I think it was 9.
9. Okay. I'm so glad we did that bonus.
I know. I've been thinking about that all day, honestly.
Is that what jinxed us?
I don't know.
Because we had to talk about it, and then now we have really nothing to celebrate, and that's not true.
Yeah,
but...
we have lots to talk about, but we're gonna talk about the last two games, guys. But we did. Obviously, I'm very glad now that we decided to get up in the middle of the night on Thursday or aka Friday morning and record an episode about Wednesday's game, because Wednesday's game, I feel like I will be talking about a different team at these two games. Yeah, these two games. We'll talk about the games game by game. The thing I want to say right now is it's okay. So let's say when it is, because that's important. It's Sunday.
It's Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, for almost 5.
Evening.
Yeah, almost 5 Sunday afternoon.
My wife's almost favorite time to record.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, it's after doing a middle of the night when I'm like anything's game now, whatever. We can do it at 7 a.m. on Monday morning and put it out at 8. We can do anything. I'm just kidding. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
I do not want to do that.
Yeah, let's not put that out there.
We're not. Okay, so the thing is that I keep seeing reports across the entirety of the league, guys, that people are getting hurt. And so
hurt.
Stretcher
off Zamboni entrance hurt.
Stretcher off the ice hurt. So this is not going to be a super fun episode to talk through these last two games because people did get hurt. I'm gonna go on a rant about the same person I've ranted about before. Probably didn't rant enough before. Maybe I need to rant some more.
We are not alone in ranting about
No. This is people fans of the frost rant about Britta Curl. So anyway, so we'll get there. But let's back up, rewind. We did the silly thing. We recorded an episode in the middle of the night, aka early Friday morning, put it out Friday morning, and then we we created our own watch party because there wasn't a watch party for Friday night. So we got together with some friends at the Columbia City Rough and Tumble. So shout out
the Columbia City Rough and Tumble. We love all the Rough and Tumbles, but
that one's honestly easier for us to get to. So maybe that's why I'm more affectionate toward it than the Ballard Rough and Tumble. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. Jen, Rough and Tumble's awesome. Shout out. We love that place. It's a great place to go. It was really funny. Our niece met us on Friday night and she was like, "So is this just a woman, did it turn into a women's sports bar?" I was like, no, they created these as women's sports bars. She's like, "Wow." And I was like, yeah. I was like, and she's a baby, she's a newbie baby in the bar world. So for her it's like she's not
like 21.1.
Yeah, 21 actually she'll be 22 in this summer.
Oh, okay. But
yeah no, anyway, but she's very young.
Tell her about the floor. Does she know about the floor at Columbia City?
Oh no. Oh yeah. So for those that don't know, the floor at the Columbia City Rough and Tumble is the old Storm floor, the basketball floor that Jen procured somehow when they replaced it.
Awesome.
And got the old floor and put it down, and it looks really cool. But because she was talking about they had a cutout of one of the basketball players, like a life-size cutout by the bathroom, and she was like, "She's lonely. We need to steal her and take her home with me." Anyway, her and her girlfriend are Storm fans. They're all women's sports fans. Let's be honest. I mean, I really think that they really do get behind all women's sports, but they were big Storm fans last season. They went a lot. So I don't even know, how do we get on that rabbit trail?
We were at Columbia City.
We were at Columbia City. Our niece came. So yeah, so let's talk about all the people that came to watch with us. So Court and her friend Foxy came. Court is one of our Section 7 homies. So we are in the process of planning to take over Section 7 period overdone. So Court and I are masterminding that to make sure that everybody we sit next to we like and we're friends with. So all our friends, if you're a season ticket holder and you're maybe not so happy with your section, hey, come over to ours. We have a
We have
fun
a group
section.
chat, we
Yeah,
have
yes,
get-togethers,
yes,
we
we
have
love
watch
it. We
parties,
love it. We
we
have a
do
good
it.
time.
Yeah.
We have a good time. We know about each other's dogs, like all kinds of things.
We've
So
met dogs.
we've met dogs. We have. Are
Yes.
we
And
clinking?
Brian was there.
Oh yes, Brian
Brian
came.
came.
Brian came, which we always enjoy. And
Uh-huh.
then
Night
also
Nurse Megan.
Night Nurse Megan. Yes, she came with our Kayla Barnes bobblehead. Actually, I don't think I took it.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't take it out of the box. It's behind
Where
me.
is it?
It's
Oh,
behind me.
oh, it's in the
It's in the box. I didn't take it out of the
yeah.
box.
Thank you, Night Nurse Megan.
Yes.
That was very sweet of
Yes,
you.
I have not taken it out of the box yet. I need to do that. I need to figure out like how it's going to fit into the set behind us. Right now her box is on top of CJ's
CJ's box.
box, but she's still in the box. We'll get her out of the box. Anyway, and then our niece came. And that's everybody. That was all everybody around the table.
Yeah.
I also not I the Kayla Barnes bobblehead was not a surprise. Megan told us
That it was
Wednesday
coming.
night that it was coming, and
Yeah, yeah.
that was so sweet. And it was a
Super
surprise.
sweet.
Like we gave our tickets up for the game because we knew we weren't going, and we just kind of wrote off the fact that we're not going to be able to get a bobblehead. And then she went and got us one, which was so sweet. So
It's
thank
very
you,
sweet.
Megan. Just huge shout out to you, and also shout out to Brian. Actually, more shout out to Ava, 365 Hockey Girl, because she made these zines, these little zines. It's actually up there.
It is up there, right next to CJ.
It's beautiful, and she gave them out at the Trinket Exchange at the game last Wednesday.
Original work of art, numbered, a number out of
Yeah,
40.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was really
And
cool.
she had two versions. One was a Canada version, and one was a US version. They were blue and red on the opposite side. So anyway, it's a primer for the PWHL, which is really cool. Like it talks about the rules and it talks about the differences between that and the NHL and all that kind of stuff. So it's super cool. She on her site, she actually has the PDF, so anybody could go download it and print it out themselves. So anyway, just shout out 365 and Ava. That's yeah, no, it's great. It's like
And Brian delivered it.
yeah, it's a little work of art for me, like that made me really happy to get one. Like there's a picture of me really cheesing out there with it because
It was really cheesy.
yeah, I was very
Yeah,
excited
yeah.
to get it because I was not expecting. I was totally not expecting. We just wrote off the fact that anything that happened at Wednesday's game, bra toss, zine,
We were just
magazine,
not gonna be a fan of
zine,
it.
yeah, trade, whatever. We weren't going to get it anyway.
Yeah.
So okay, let's move on.
Then there was a game and we lost 4-1.
So we played the
And we lost Bucky.
we played the okay, so we played the Frost. Slow down. Yeah, this is.
We got two
I feel
games
like
to
this
go
is.
over.
I know, but I feel like this is my constant job in the podcast is to slow Patty down and be like, okay, let's go through things
Interesting.
in chronological order. So yeah, so we did lose this game. But and it was not pretty.
It
It was not
wasn't. We gave
pretty.
up an early goal
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. Very, very early. Peyton Anderson scored at 2:30, and then Abby Hessler scored it, almost the end of the first period. And that was an oddity because normally when
We score at the end of the
yeah,
first
normally
period.
when we get an early score in the first period, we answer pretty quickly. And so the fact that that didn't happen was a little
Disconcerting.
disconcerting, a little downtrodden for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so Lexi Agia did take a penalty, a tripping penalty, at 12 and some change. So, we had a penalty kill, so it wasn't like we weren't, doing okay in that arena, but it felt like a different team, and that's kind of what we were saying at the beginning of that top of the episode, is that it felt like
Definitely
a
much
different
different than the
team.
Boston game.
Yeah, because the Boston game, when they came out, I was like,
They
ooh.
were on fire.
Yeah, that was like they're
They were
firing.
focused
Yeah,
and connecting,
yeah,
and it was like a different team.
yeah.
So we went
So
to the
definitely did not feel the same
yeah.
about this. So during the second period, they scored again towards the end. Clara Himlarova, oh gosh, these names. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Himlarova, did score at 15:22. And then the other very, very notable thing that happened at the almost the end of the second period was Britta Curl took a boarding penalty on Bucky.
They called it a 2-minute minor, which there's been a lot of talk. It could have been
I think
I think it could have been a 5-minute
I
major.
think Coach thinks it could have been a 5-minute
Yeah.
major because
Brian
he
thought it was a 2-minute minor.
yeah
He wasn't not I'm sure he was disappointed, but he thought 2-minute minor was
was
fair.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. So anyway, so
Oh,
it's so this is the discussion and why I think people are up in arms is because she's injured. Bucky didn't play today. So she at least lost a game. She lost a period because she left at the end of that and didn't come back. And then she lost a whole game today. And it's just upper body. So we don't have any clue as to when she is coming back. So I think the conversation really was that, and what I've been seeing online is that the fairness of a 2 minute minor versus at least a 1 game miss for injury. And you were even saying that like the argument should be that the person who imposed the injury on somebody should be out as many games as they are.
It makes sense to me. I think there are ways that you could, not be fair with that or
Right.
milk it or do other things. But if your play causes someone to be injured and they're out for a game or 2 games, I don't see anything wrong with that being your suspension or the answer to your call. Like you made the call,
Right.
you delivered the hit, and I don't know. It
Yeah.
just seems really unfair that,
Yeah.
Bucky's out and Britta Curl's out molesting other people.
Yeah, she tends to be a menace, and I think that's the problem. It's really interesting because what we were talking about, and I think I don't know if I brought it up during the game or not, but I think we were talking about it at some point, maybe on the way home, is that like when she played for Team USA, I obviously was not cheering. It was hard for me to have her on my team and to, cheer for a team that she was on. I wasn't cheering for her, quote unquote, but I didn't feel like she was it didn't feel like she was as brutal as she tends to be in the
Mhm.
PWHL. And I don't know if that's because the rules are different and because they don't tolerate as much as far as physical. There's less physicality
There's less
in the
physicality.
IHS, so
There's less hitting. I think there
yeah.
was some hitting and
No, there
some
was some
contact,
hitting,
but
but it
they're
wasn't
definitely
there.
allowing less. So maybe she was afraid, and
Yeah,
maybe she needs to be reined in like that. I don't
right.
know. I mean, I don't see any other suspensions. I know she was suspended 1 game, wasn't she?
I don't know if she
Last
was
season.
this last season.
This
Well,
season,
she was two. She was. I didn't she get a two game
I don't
suspension during
know. I
playoffs?
don't
Oh no, it
watch
was
the
1 game.
playoffs, but
It was 1 game during playoffs because we were all like, "Oh, that doesn't seem
oh
like
yeah.
enough."
But
But
1 game in the playoffs is like 5 games in the
yeah,
regular season. But still, I don't think she's
yeah.
been suspended this
I don't think
season.
she's
And I
been.
think
I
how many
agree.
people has she hurt?
I don't think.
How many people has she taken out?
Yeah, I don't think she's been suspended this season. And that's what Brian said. If funnily enough, when it all happened, is he was like, "Oh, Britta Curl hasn't been suspended in a while. Must be time for her to be suspended again." So anyway, I'm just, again, I don't know if it's a rant or not, but it's a mini rant at least. That it is horrible to see any player go down and be hurt. And I just like now, especially, it feels like so many players are hurt. And I don't know. And we talked about this a little bit on the way home today, is that is it because they're not used to playing this many games and their bodies are just, wearing down. That sounds bad, but I think for a lot of them, like the Olympic cycle, that it's a huge ramp up for them and has been a huge ramp up for them in years past. And now they're having to go from playing in a professional league to the Olympic cycle to play, back to playing in a professional league, and there's just no break on their bodies at all. And
Yeah.
so, and I'm not saying like, oh, NHL, they know what they're doing, but whatever. They've had more opportunity to get used to it. So
Yeah.
anyway, okay. So that happened. And so as far as we know, Bucky is day to day, upper body,
Yeah.
but we don't have any other
Haven't really heard
information.
much from
No, we
anybody.
just saw that she wasn't playing today, that she was definitely not going to be playing today.
Yeah.
So, okay. So then then in the third, we finally scored one. Lexia Gia, got a
Power play
goal,
goal.
got a power play goal. That's right. At 8:19. And that was, because Peyton Anderson was in the box for tripping. And then Lindy Lobdell then took a hooking penalty, which I don't know. I feel like we all kind of about that one. I
Well,
don't think that we were excited about it.
mm-mm.
I don't know that she was. I don't think she was excited about it either from the look on her face. And honestly, oh, and back to the Bucky hit. I mean, Kayla Barnes. I she gets chirpy. She was yelling at the refs. Like, I mean, I think they were all like, "Why are we not reviewing this? Like, why is this not under review? Like, blah blah blah." Because um, you know, because Bucky went off and
And that's another reason I love that A on Kayla's shoulder,
yeah,
because she really takes that leadership role. And if it's chirping, if it's yelling, if it's just it's being heard, and making yourself heard to the ref. And I never boo the refs or have any bad things to say, but you gotta plead your case
Right.
and make yourself heard. And I was telling Ava that today, that A on Kayla's shoulder looks amazing
Yeah.
and really
So for
fits
those
her
that don't
uniform.
know, Kayla Barnes, after we came back from Olympic break and Hillary Knight did not come back, they gave Kayla Barnes the alternate captain A. So now we have three alternate captains since Hillary is our captain and is not currently playing. So
Yes.
that's the current. And I think that it appears as though, and I don't want to say that, don't know for sure, but like it appears as though Carpi has definitely stepped into Hillary's captain role and kind of leading.
Well, she's the elder,
Right,
the leading, the leading elder and the person who's had more experience, internationally and professionally, I think.
right,
So, yeah, it makes sense.
right. Okay, so then Taylor Heisey got it was an open net
Empty
goal.
net. It was
Yeah,
empty
it was
net.
an empty net goal at almost at the very end of the game. So really like we'll call this a 3-1 game. It wasn't necessarily it ended in 4-1, but that was because of the empty netter and it was what it was. Again, it was a hard game to watch. It did not feel like they were as together
Yeah.
as
As
they
against,
were in Boston. They
yeah.
were against Boston. And so I don't know if that was being home. I don't know if that was less people injured. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
Anything else that you want to talk about?
I didn't make many notes on that. Yeah, no.
Is that all we want to talk about Friday night?
I think so.
Okay, I just want to make sure before we move on till this
Yeah.
morning.
I mean, I fell and got hurt, but it doesn't matter that I fell and got hurt.
Well, I didn't know if
So
you wanted to tell that story or
I
not.
don't
I
know.
didn't want to put it. So Patty was very excited when
Lexi
Lexi
scored
scored. It was our only score of the game, and she jumped up out of her chair.
to try to go high five everyone at the rough and tumble, as one does, when we score. And my foot got caught on the chair. Megan said I tried to
She
hurdle.
was trying to hurdle the chair. That's
All
what
I
I
know
saw.
is I was trying to get up. My foot got caught. My other foot got caught behind my other foot, and I literally landed like knee down on
Yeah,
the storm floor.
it
So
was a little owie.
it was a little owie, and
Yeah,
it's been painful, but it's getting better, and I might be able to hike because everyone knows we're going to Montreal and
yeah,
Boston, right? So hopefully, I mean, we want to hike Montreal. We want to hike it. So hopefully we'll be able to do that, and I'm feeling a little better, and my movement is increasing, so that's good. And when we get back to it on March 29th, I got to run the high fives at CPA. Today I could not do that.
yeah.
I couldn't.
You mean you're not gonna run the stairs at
I don't think I'm going to run the stairs in Montreal
in my
Unlimited. I mean, if there's Seattle Torrent fans on every, if there's one at the top, I'll run up,
you'll
get
run
down
up
to
to
the
go.
glass. So I'll go
Yeah.
run up, but we're not on the aisle either. I know we're
No,
not
we
in
are.
Montreal. In Montreal?
Not in Montreal, but
No.
in Boston
Boston,
we
we're on the
are.
aisle?
Yeah, well, we have seats 1 and 2, so I'm assuming that's
Okay,
an aisle
that
seat.
should be an aisle.
Yeah,
So we'll see. If there
yeah,
are Torrent fans around, I will go high five them.
yeah.
But today I could not run my CPA stair climber,
Stairmaster,
Stairmaster. No.
CPA Stairmaster.
Yeah. No. So
Okay, so now let's move on to this morning's game. So the game this morning was at 10 a.m. and there was an official watch party at Rough and Tumble Ballard, which
we went,
yeah, we
we
took the
love.
kids and went up
Yeah.
there and had a great time. It was very crowded and they were doing a double header with the rain. So the rain, their season opener was today. And so that was at 1 p.m. And so they decided to do a double header with the torrent and the rain. And they had merch pop up and they had a bunch of really cool stuff. And they did giveaways during second intermission. Did you have something to say?
No, I just saw that Boston beat Montreal today in overtime.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I hadn't looked at that. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm on my phone and I'm looking at our game, but wow,
Yeah.
that's some comeback.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's been a weird around the league, this today. I think it's just been a weird around the league. But again, we'll start. Murphy was in goal. So Schroeder was in goal on Friday night. Murphy was in goal this morning.
Siege was on the bench
And
because
yeah,
they
CJ
used
was
to play in Toronto.
Toronto.
Good.
Yeah, and I think that they honored, I think what they said in the pregame notes was that they were going to honor all the former
I'm
Scepters.
sure they did it at
Yeah.
TV timeout or
Yeah,
media
something.
timeout or whatever, and
Yeah.
that's great, which is why I was happy to see Siege on the bench.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So again, we did not win this one. But this was
Gave up
even
an
though
early goal.
Yeah, we did. We gave up an early goal, which seems to
Big
be
goal.
our, yeah, which seems to be our the way
MO.
things, yeah, the way things go. So I was not, I personally wasn't like, oh no, it's an early goal. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's the torrent. We're giving up an early goal. So Blair Turnbull, sorry, did score at 4 minutes in the first,
Had a
and
scrumble at the in the crease and it just went in. It was a little fluky, I think, but went in.
yeah, I will say Hannah Murphy did an amazing job. So
Hannah Murphy stood on her head. I
yeah,
mean, yeah, we were out shooting them, but they were having great chances, and it seemed even though we were out shooting them, it didn't feel like we were outplaying them.
right.
Like they were. It felt like I don't know. I don't know how we outshot them.
Yeah, so shots on goal, it was 32 to 26 us. So we definitely outshot them. And it felt like, yeah, it felt like we just couldn't get past Kirk, like to save our lives. Like she was everywhere. And they, honestly, they were doing a really good job of defending too. I should, I'm not going to take away from that. So, they got a score, they got a goal early. And then Brooke Bryant took an elbowing penalty at almost 15 minutes in the first. But
And that was the only penalty the whole game.
that's not true. There were
There was another one in the
three.
third. There
There
were
was one
three.
in the second and one
Oh
in the
yeah.
third.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah. So anyway, so during the first period, um, it felt like normal first period. Torrent stuff. They were not connecting. It felt a little, you know, frenetic. I think they were very concerned about winning this one. I think they felt that, I felt like there was just a lot of pressure in order for that to happen.
Yeah.
So go
More and
ahead.
more as we go on, it feels like every game is must win. And I
Yeah.
know that if I'm feeling that, I know the players are
Players are
certainly
definitely
feeling
feeling
that
that
way.
too. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm trying to see because there was no call for the hit on Kayla Barnes.
No, no call at all.
And we can't remember whether it was, I did see the video. I
It was
can't
in the
remember the
third
third. It
period
was in the
because we
third.
saw
Okay.
Kayla skating in the third period.
Oh, okay,
So I
that's
think it
true.
happened
Okay.
like, I don't know, 8 minutes into the third.
Okay, I don't remember exactly. Okay, so at this point there was no scoring in the second period. We did have or they took a penalty, Renata Fast tripping penalty at the very very end, and it was a penalty that carried over into the third period. So um there was also we had too many players on the ice. That Jesse Eldridge, that was that one that Jesse Eldridge served, which
Yeah, I
I
missed.
thought
I
was, yeah, we
totally missed
missed
that
that. We totally
penalty.
missed that one. And then they got an empty net goal at the very end. So really it was a 1-0 game. Again, like not that I don't want to discount the fact that the score was 2-0, but
Mhm.
like it was really a 1-0 game because the empty
Yeah,
net at the end was, there was no defending that. So
yeah.
the big story was that and it wasn't Renata Fast, it was someone else that hit because these guys said Renata
I
Fast
thought
at
it
that.
was
It
Renata
wasn't.
Fast. It wasn't?
No, when I went back and saw the highlight that I saw, it was not Renata Fast.
Huh,
Shelton.
maybe.
Yes, it was Shelton
I'm
is the
looking at
last
the
name.
hits right here.
I think it was Ella Shelton. Let me look down there. Let me look down there. I'm pretty sure it was Ella Shelton. That name is and
I mean, that was 1 minute 30 into the third. I thought we saw her playing after that. I don't know. I would like to see it again.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Ella Shelton, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that that's what I saw at the in the highlight reel that I saw
Hmm.
the hit in. So we saw her get hit, and
It
it was
wasn't,
her
it
left.
was
It was her left
wicked.
side, and it was a hard hit, but it was a clean hit. Like they were moving in the same, well, somewhat the same direction, and she had control of the puck.
Yeah, they were fighting for the puck, and I mean, Brian said it was a good hit, and no, there was no penalty. But I don't know. She went hard into the boards. It felt like to me she was in the no man's land, and that 2 feet between the boards,
Yeah.
and she took the hit and then went
I think
just
she slid
like,
a lot more than
yeah,
2 feet. I mean, the
okay,
angle that we saw it at was from a front on angle, but it looked like she slid. But
maybe.
yeah, so she took the hit on the left side. My opinion is she took the hit on the left side, and it looked like it was shoulder. I would even say like maybe collarbone area where she took the hit, and then
Megan's worried she
she's
broke
yeah
her
yeah,
collarbone.
and she slid up against the boards, and her back hit the boards.
I mean, it was
Um,
really scary. The what do you call it?
Stretcher.
The stretcher was
I
at
don't
the
know what this,
Zamboni
I don't
entrance.
know what you're doing
Yeah, I don't know.
right
And I'm
now.
like, the stretcher was at the Zamboni entrance. Like, should we come out? Should we come out and get her? She was
Yeah.
down for a very long time,
Yeah.
and it looked like she was just really struggling. And
She looked like she was in a lot of pain, is
yeah,
what you mean when you say she was really
yeah.
struggling. She looked like she was in a lot of
But she
pain.
got up on her own. I mean, well, maybe she got a little help, but she skated off on her own on her own accord
Right.
and was back on the bench later. I don't think she took another shift though.
No, she did not.
Yeah.
So she was definitely holding her left arm into her body as she
Mhm.
was skating off the ice. And then when she got on the bench, because they were trying to get her to go down the tunnel, and she was like,
She
no, no,
refused.
no.
She's like,
Then when they got her on the
no.
bench, you could see her like lifting up her left
I'm like,
arm, and it
look,
felt like, look, like I'm good, guys. Let me play.
typical
Um,
hockey move.
yeah, but I think that obviously the trainers took a look at whatever was going on was enough that they weren't going to let her
Yeah.
take another shift. So
And I don't even know if she sat on the bench for the rest of the game
I
or if they
think that
finally got her to come
I
back.
don't know. I mean, she was on the bench. She did come back on the bench, but
Hmm.
whether she was there for the rest of the game or not. So it's honestly, there's a rash of um injuries right now, so that's a big concern, obviously. I want to so at Rough and Tumble this morning, Ava 365 hockey girl and Brian were both there and hung out with us. Night nurse Megan was there, and then we met some other people.
We met
um
Jeremy. He
Jeremy.
said hi.
Mhm.
Very sweet.
Yeah, Jeremy is I don't know, like we can call him, let's call
We
him
can call him
Jumbotron Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Yep, that's what I was
Yes.
thinking. I was like, he needs a nickname. He's
Yes.
gonna be Jumbotron Jeremy because he is always on the Jumbotron at CPA during games, and I love him. Like a tall, slender man with like a mullet, a brown mullet. And when I say that, everybody probably who goes to the games or watches the games is probably like, oh yeah, I know exactly who that guy is. His name's Jeremy. Oh, mom and dad must be playing cards. My parents walked in the middle of this, guys, so there's going to be some editing involved. But I just was like,
Love it.
I heard the cards start shuffling. So,
Sounded like uh popping bubbles, the
oh,
popping
maybe, oh yeah,
bubbles
packing
sound.
bubbles popping. That's
That's
funny.
funny.
Um,
We also met who? We met Lenora and Joe at the end
oh,
when you were
you
talking to
did,
Brittany.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we
Met
finally
our
met Brittany,
photographer
our
Brittany.
photographer.
I love them.
They have been doing some practice photography, meaning photography at practice for us, and they are the one that shot the gold medal press conference for us and did
Yes.
an amazing job. So shout out Brittany, we appreciate you, and it was great finally getting to meet you in person.
Yes.
So, yeah, it was a very fun crowd this morning. There was a lot of people there. It wasn't a very lively crowd because we didn't. I mean, I think at one point there was "Let's Go Torrent," and
We
we
were
were
cheering
cheering,
Taves. We were cheering
cheering
Taves.
Murphy,
We
cheering
got the
on.
Let's Go Torrent
Yeah,
cheer going
yeah.
and there wasn't really I was ready to high five. I was not going to trip on anything. My wife was going to clear the
I
path
was
for
going to
me
clear the path for her if she was going to
and
jump up and high five
didn't
everybody. So
happen. Yeah. We saw Lauren too.
we did see Lauren. She's the in arena announcer. Lauren. She was there this morning. That was really cool just to
Yeah.
get caught up with her. But I did. So okay, here's the deal. We the many conversations about statistical elimination, guys. So let's do a little education before we close this out. That there is right now we are not statistically eliminated from playoffs.
Mathematically.
Mathematically, we are not there yet. Um, that doesn't mean that no one's actually come up with that algorithm yet. We're trying to get somebody in our smart people group that to come up with some kind of simulation so we can see what the drop dead point is. So for those that don't know, in the PWHL, we go by what's called the gold plan. Other leagues don't necessarily do this, but I know the PWHL does.
Hmm.
So what that means is that you can't tank the end of your season. Well, you
Not,
can,
you
but
can, but
it's not
it's
beneficial for you to tank the end of your season because after you are
mathematically
mathematically eliminated
eliminated.
from the playoffs, it is actually the order of draft goes by who does the best
Yeah, after that.
after that. So
And
if
it's got to be by game. It's got to be by winning percentage because like we could be mathematically eliminated
long
long
before.
before anyone else.
Yes.
And just because we have more points because we had more games, that's not fair. So I
Right.
can't imagine that go. I don't know the rules, but
Yeah.
that makes sense to me that it's by winning percentage or
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So
Adam Gold is the one. So you could Google this. It's called the Gold Plan, and his name is Adam Gold, the man who created this idea,
awesome.
like this math, whatever. So just so you know, you can Google it and figure out all the details. But I just want to let everybody know that this is the conversation that is starting right now because we are getting towards the end of the season, and obviously playoffs is what people are thinking about. The other thing that people are thinking about and talking about is expansion. So we are rapidly coming up on when the
The
teams were
point in the
announced. Yeah,
season
the
that
point is teams were
last
announced.
year
Yeah, when
that we
teams were
done.
announced.
Yeah.
So because we started this podcast, and I think we said this in the last episode, but maybe we didn't. We started this podcast the Monday after the Wednesday when the team was announced. So we
Mhm.
can really mark this in time by where we're at. So we're coming up on a year, so we know that we're probably getting close to some. The takeover tour is not over yet. So I think we did wait. I think that it was at the end of the takeover tour,
I
like
believe so.
when all the games were played, the takeover tour games were played. So we still have takeover tour games to play. So it might be later this year. I don't know. But, we're anticipating that expansion is
Expansion
going to
draft
be, well, the expansion is going to be
announced.
announced soon. And then starting to talk about the expansion draft. So something Jeremy and I were talking about that I didn't realize,
Jumbotron Jeremy.
Jumbotron Jeremy, thank you. That I think I didn't know, and I learned mid-season is that the expansion draft is only for players that are under contract or the team holds their rights. And why that is important, because Jeremy's question to me was, if we only get to save three players or protect three
Protect
players,
three.
do we protect Hillary Knight? And I said,
We
we
don't
don't
have
have
to.
to because Hillary's contract expires at the end of the year. And I think that that was very strategic on her part and some of our other players' parts. And you can go look and see how long they sign contracts for. I was trying to find if there was somebody who had like actually written that out, like player for player, like where they
Mm-mm.
would, it's
No,
not there.
no.
But
We just have to make sure they want to come back and we can sign them and give
right.
them and motivate them to come back.
Absolutely. So
So,
if they go into free agency, so just for people's knowledge, so we can start thinking about protection and who we want to protect and blah 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 blah, that if they are not under contract, so like if they only signed a 1 year contract with us, or if they came to us in a contract
that have
that
one
only
left.
had 1 year left, then at the end of that contract they are
Free
they
agent.
are a free agent, unsigned, and so therefore they are not eligible for the expansion draft. So we only have to look to protect players that are eligible for expansion. And so to answer Jeremy's question, and I told him this today, but my guess is the number one player that we will probably protect is Hannah Murphy,
Yeah.
if I had to guess, because I think that she has done well for us in goal. I think that we'll want to keep her. I think Meg Turner liked her preseason, and I'm sure is liking her during the season too. She's done a really good job, and she signed a standard players agreement, which is 2 years. So I think that that's my personal opinion. Do you have another opinion about who we would protect?
No, I think that would be our top
Yeah,
protection.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And I don't know how everything else is going to shake out. And if we only get three and, like, I don't know the answer. And we
Yeah.
don't know the answers to any of those questions. They could totally change the rules. Last year was the first expansion draft with two teams, and we think there's going to be four teams this year. So my guess is that they might change those numbers a little bit to be able to fill out the rosters of four teams. So
Yeah. And I just freeze up whenever I
I,
think about it. I don't want to lose anyone. And I'm worried and I'm sorry to the original six. I apologize because I know how you feel and how you felt
yeah,
and how you were feeling and I don't envy that and
yeah.
I'm sorry.
We don't want to lose any of our players. I mean, like, really, honestly, like, if we could just keep everybody we have and then gain more, like, that would be great. But
That would be
obviously, like,
awesome.
that's not
That's
the
not
way
going to
this works.
happen.
It's not the way this works.
Then, we'll have to just steel ourselves.
Yeah. Okay. What else? Final words
Well, I don't know. My final words were the last 3 minutes. We had a great,
today.
yeah,
Last 3 minutes
today.
today.
We just had a great presence in the ozone and we had good pressure and yeah, they scored an empty netter, but it felt like if we had played that way during the game, the entirety of it, we might have done better, but the last 3 minutes really, really impressed me.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, future, we leave Wednesday morning and we are flying out east. And we will be in Montreal on Thursday night. And we have applied for press. I don't know whether we're going to get it or not. We don't find that out normally till the day before, just for everybody inside industry knowledge. So we won't probably find out till Wednesday whether we have press passes for the game on Thursday, and then not till Friday for the game on Saturday. So we would love to be able to do press. We'll sit in our seats. Obviously, we
We
have
have
seats.
seats. Yeah.
So we're planning on sitting in our seats, and because we have glass seats for both games, which we're excited about, because we
Very
like to do that,
excited.
when we're not in our seats at CPA, we
I
like
mean,
to sit
we
in a different.
understand,
We
but
do, but it's
it's
fun to be
an
on the glass.
awesome new experience,
Yeah.
and I think I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, it'll be super fun. So I think we're planning on doing, a lot of social mediaing while we're gone, just so, people can follow along on our adventures and that sort of thing. So, and it's just going to be the two of us. So
Mhm.
yeah, I
Should be
think it's
fun.
good. We're very excited. So Go Torrent. We still have a chance, guys. We're gonna say that we're gonna go with Patty's chip in a chair. That means that we still have a chance. There is still a chance that we could get into the playoffs because we're not mathematically eliminated yet. So we're not gonna go with Ava's we're all cooked
Nope.
theory.
Chip in a chair.
Chip in a chair. We're gonna stay on
We have a
the
chance.
positive side of life. That's
Yeah,
where we're gonna stay.
absolutely.
So we're really hoping for some turnaround in these next couple of games, some healthy players in these
Yeah.
next couple of games. I'm really hoping Bucky comes back. I'm hoping Kayla's injury isn't so bad. This is actually the longest stretch I think that they have today to Thursday
Yeah.
in this road trip in between games. And then,
We've been every other day here.
yeah, so then it goes Thursday, Saturday, and then I don't think they play again until the following
The
Sunday.
29th?
No, no,
They
no.
have
There's
road
one more
game.
road game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And then they have a trek home. So
yeah.
anyway, so that's where we're at. We love our torrent.
Love, love, love our torrent.
Yeah. Yeah, we'd like to obviously see some more wins and less injuries.
Yeah, less injuries,
Less injuries
please.
across the league in general. Like it's just like I said, I think it's been a lot. I think the Olympics, I think a lot of players played through injury in the Olympics, and that's why they're coming back and, having worse injuries than when they than there
But
because
that's enough.
huh?
That's enough with injuries.
Yeah, no, we're done. Now we're
Yeah.
done. Everybody else needs to stay healthy and we need to what? Oh, she's watching the Duck score, guys. Sorry. It's not are they in the third? Then they're in the second. They got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Ducks are playing today too, guys, in case you didn't know. So,
Everyone's playing.
everyone's playing. It is
Get a
it's been
hockey
a lot of
game.
it is like
Get a hockey
actually
game.
well it's
Get a
funny.
hockey
So
game.
shout out Ringside Social. So that account she always puts she does a story for the NHL and the PWHL of what games are on each day. And it's really funny because it's like you can always tell like there's always like one day every other week where the NHL literally is playing like every single team. It's like she can't even get like all the games on her slide. It's so nuts. But anyway, go follow her. She's got some good NHL content for sure. She does PWHL too, but she does NHL as well. So Rinkside Social, definitely recommend her and love her game day slides. And she always tags us in them so we can put them on our stories. So
Yeah.
we appreciate that. Okay, I think that's everything. I think we can sign off. There won't be a midweek episode this week because we will be traveling. We will get something recorded. Who knows when we get back next week on Sunday before Monday morning. Maybe this will be our 7 a.m. recording episode that we put out. No, I'm just kidding. We get back early on Sunday, so we should
Yeah.
have time to record.
On Sunday. But that's my final word, travel.
Yeah.
Travel upcoming, and I love traveling with the team. And I mean, we're not traveling with the team;
No,
we're
we're not.
following the team. And
We're
it's
groupies.
just, yeah, totally and completely. But it's always fun to see a new building and
Yeah.
interact with new fans
Yeah, so we're
and
going to Laval is where
Laval.
we're going to see the Victoire play and then play the Victoire, and there's nothing
Yeah.
going on with the game,
And
and
then
then
Lowell.
and then in Lowell, at Tongass,
I don't, yeah,
Tongass,
Dongus.
Songus,
Songus.
Songus, is where we're going to see them play the Fleet. So for everybody's,
Excited.
yeah, we're very excited. So it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Okay,
Can't wait to tell you all about
yeah,
it.
we'll tell you all about it when we get back.
Yep.
Okay, I think that's it.
That's it.
Okay, we'll talk to you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And that's the show. Tune in next time for another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.